Hello, ladies. I'm back.
Or you look well rested, or are you?
I'm still a little jet laggy, but yeah, I'm back and I did the whole travel on the seat of my pants, and I absolutely loved it. It went really, really well. It was amazing that I went with a very loose plan, which worked in my favor because we were visiting my daughter who's in university there and in Sweden, and we actually our original plan of how we were going to do the couple of countries and how it worked out changed based on not it wasn't a graduation for her, but it was the graduation of those classes. But she still has another year, so we got to be part of that, which we wouldn't have had we had a very strict itinerary. So that was lovely, and we showed up. We had no money whatsoever. We had like everyone speaks English there, so we didn't have any concerns there. And we only had one place that we had booked to stay. And they are such a cashless society. It's all everything with your card or your phone. Um, it was so easy. It was just so easy.
Wow.
Yeah. I would do that again. The one thing we did wrong was we thought we might go somewhere hot. So we packed warm weather clothes and we didn't, of course, use them at all. And so we were, for 3 weeks packing around crap that we didn't need. So that's the
Mhm.
only regret. Everything else, booking trains, all that. My other daughter did all that. And not that I couldn't do it, but it was very nice to have someone else. It's like,
Hmm. Yeah.
like, where are we
Yeah.
going? Okay, what are we doing? And just get on and book it. It was awesome. It was really, really nice. And like I said, it enabled us to change plans in the middle of the trip to go back, see my other daughter, celebrate with her, and then she came up to Norway with us, and like it was just really, really nice.
Wow. So do you think you
That's
would do travel that way again?
sure.
Yeah, instead of like, figuring it all out and
Yeah,
having it all well
yeah,
rehearsed and
yeah,
wow. Okay. Huh.
yeah. We had very loose plans. We were going to be in Denmark, we were going to be in Sweden, and we were going to be in Norway, and we did all that. And we took one place that we had thought we would go to. We took that off the list because it was too far out, or travel time, it would have just taken too much. But
Yeah.
yeah, and in Oslo, Norway, I was jumping in the ocean and doing the sauna and cold water sauna and
Wow.
a little
Cold
jelly
therapy.
a little jellyfish bite, but that's okay. Yeah, it was
That's
it,
awesome.
it was just like I'm sitting there in this amazing place looking out and going, I'm in Oslo, Norway with my kids. This is crazy. So
Yeah.
it was very
Wow, that's beautiful.
yeah, well, it was my husband was trying to figure out if he could make it and he didn't. And as much as I love him, I think it was really nice that it was me with my daughters and just had
Yeah.
this
Right.
girl time, and yeah, it was very nice. And of course it would have been awesome for him to be there, but it would have been different trip. And this was a beautiful is at this time in their lives, right? Because they're at the start of, who knows when this will happen again.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
very much so. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. So definitely, I would definitely suggest it. But like I said, I didn't have to worry about the language, and I didn't have to worry about making sure I had the right money for each country or all that stuff.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
that, and in this day and age, you can book everything. So
Right. You can.
yeah.
You definitely can. As you can tell, I'm on a trip. I'm on another business trip. And I was thinking a lot about this topic because we talked about it in our past episodes. We were talking about it, traveling and safety and tips and things like that. And again, when I was booking, I stayed with my same hotel. They have different branches of the hotels. And this one here, I have to work out of all day. I'm not out seeing customers. But I was thinking about it because I even find myself, even now, sometimes still overpacking. And I kept thinking I was underpacking. And I keep reminding myself I'm not overseas. I didn't go into another country. I was right here. But one, you can buy it wherever you are if you really, really need it. You
Hmm.
know, you can always replace that item or get something else. And I'm like, I have to in next month, I'm going to Vermont to see Jason and Amber. And I'm like, huh, I bet you I can pack even less. I have it all completely carry on, you know? So I think listening to you about you didn't like make it so rigid, Tracy, and that you really were like just going, um, sounds very exciting to me. Like, don't be so stringent. Don't be so rigid. That's what
Hmm.
I'm looking for. Like you have to have all this stuff. Like you have to have this and this and this. Well, what if I need this? And what about this? And what about that? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Like, okay. Like you
Well,
said, you brought stuff for warm weather and you never even had that.
yeah, I remember this is all carry on because we had to bring luggage for because we were bringing my
Right.
daughter's stuff back. So we only did carry on. So for 3 weeks to begin with. And
Awesome.
I still could have pared it down. But the other thing is exactly that. And it's not like Miss Moneybags, but I took the attitude, worst case scenario, you're going to
Right.
pay. Worst case
Yeah.
scenario, you're always going to have a hotel room or a
Right.
Airbnb. You just might pay more than you wanted to. Worst
That's
case
right.
Right.
scenario, you're going to be fed. Worst, and so if you have that attitude, it winds up turning out really well. We got really good deals on our accommodations, and we weren't paying through the nose or anything like that. But I think with that attitude, just like we wound up staying in Stockholm for a week because we loved it so much, and
Right.
wouldn't have done that. We would have gone, we love this place, but we got to go over here next. So,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
something, yeah, something to be said about that, you know. But I mean, like, I guess it also depends on the time of year and the location that you're going to. Because sometimes, I mean, if you're trying to do Europe in the middle of the summer, you just
no,
don't have that flexibility to say, oh, well, we'll just book something. It's like,
Right.
good point.
oh,
Because we could see it. We could see because like we're very much the shoulder, and now going in what June and July. You're going in
yeah,
into it. So yeah, that's a good point. And the safety thing too. I never once, as two women traveling, felt anything at all.
great. That's
Yeah.
great.
But I don't know if that's because I'm traveling with my daughter, and a younger person, they see things differently. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking for this type of threat, and she's probably looking in a different way. So
Yeah.
combined, we feel very safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You know, yeah, you're right. Because kids do look for things differently than what we would look for at this stage of our lives, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm
That's
glad
awesome.
you had a great time.
Mm.
Thank you.
So, what would be the top three things for advice, Tracy G, that you would give to somebody who's thinking of doing this? What like are the top three things?
Pick your destination and stick with it. Like I said at the beginning, maybe we'll go somewhere warm. Take that out. Either you're going somewhere warm or you're going to weather like we had. So I would say pick your one destination, or it could be multiple, but for your travel clothes. Because like I said, we only do carry on, and I don't know. Like I didn't the part about research what the main things are in those cities or places, and then decide if that's what you really want to do. But don't get that you have to do them. We wound up doing most of them, but don't get stuck that you have to do them. And I think it's just attitude. Like, so what's the worst? Like, oh, okay, or we never had delays or things like that. We had delays on the train and things like that, but just roll with it. It's like, just roll with it.
I love all three of those, and I like the last one especially. Roll with it. Um, a quick backstory. my son and daughter-in-law, they went out to the West Coast. They're not travelers. They very rarely travel out to the West Coast. They wanted to do something, and coming back, flights were getting delayed. And it wasn't, um, it was the attitude. She's like, instead of getting over anxious, because she has animals, she has chickens and ducks and the Great Dane and the whole thing. She's like, wait a minute, let me tap into my resources. And she like texted all these people, like, if we're delayed, I need this, this, and this. And she was able to get it. And lo and behold, they weren't even. They made their flights, they made
Right.
it home, everything worked out fine. And I used to be like that, meaning I would get so over anxious if something was delayed. But I also was not in a healthy relationship that would like blame me for the delay of an
Mm,
Right.
airplane.
Yeah.
So, but now it's like if I get delayed, I get delayed. Like I could get a hotel, I can sleep in the airport, I can find food,
yeah.
I have my phone charger, I'm safe. Like I think we get so caught up in things not being perfect that it spoils it. So I love that last point, you know? So, Tracy E., you do a lot of traveling out of the country. Is yours always so planned, or do you do any of it like the way Tracy G did it?
No, I would have to say that my trips have always been like very planned out. Very much, we're here, then we're going here, then we're going here, then we're going here. And as a result, have things booked out accordingly. Like certainly where my head's gonna hit the pillow, that's always taken care of. I love the idea of just saying, okay, we're gonna go to, you know, pick a country and then we're just going to figure it out once we get there. Like that would be a lot of fun. I think there'd be a ton of flexibility. But I also agree with you, Tracy. It's like you gotta keep that kind of on a singular thing. You can't go, well, I'm going to go here, but then I'm also going to go to
Yeah.
Greece when the temperature swing is like,
Yeah.
like this, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Um, the idea of being able to do everything on carry-on is like super exciting, super exciting
Yeah,
you know. I have started over the last several trips changing the clothing so that it's like real quick dry stuff so I can like wash it and it's
That's a
dry
good
by
idea.
this morning, pants, tops, like all that kind of stuff. And that does make a huge difference in terms of how much you're packing and also the weight of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like the weight of these pants in comparison to like a pair of jeans as an example, like big difference. So yeah.
And then
I
the other
have
thing
two.
I did too that, sorry, Michelle, that I
Oh,
would
that's
say
fine.
is that I brought some jewelry, I brought my makeup and all that, and I wore the same pair of earrings the whole
Hmm.
trip. I wore the same necklace and the same ring, and that's it. And I never pulled that out. I only pulled it out once for my daughter's celebration thing. But other than that, and I didn't even need to. And I pared down my makeup so much. I wasn't doing full on going out makeup, which I thought I would do. And I was like, get up, do a little mascara and throw on the lips, and I'm done. And I went, why did I haul all of this
Yes.
around?
Right.
So that's my fourth thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done that too. I've done
Yeah,
that too. I realized that I wear the exact same. Or if there's a special bracelet I want to wear, I put it on. Like I wear it through the travel.
right.
It's not taking up space with that.
Yeah,
I was when we were talking about the carry-on, I see they have carry-ons now where you put the clothes in and you could vacuum
I
it
saw
Yeah.
that.
down.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I just saw somebody go over to Europe using that. So
And I
I
and I
don't have
use
one.
those bags. I use
Yep.
all my clothes are in the
These-
compression bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah. They're brilliant. I mean, I don't know how anybody travels without those I call them cubies, but it's like, those little cube ones. And like you said, now they have them where they're actually compression
Yeah.
as well. So they just take up less space.
They do.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that it gives you the false sense of I can get more, when in fact there is a weight limit.
Yeah.
So even though there is room in the bag, it does not mean that you can actually get anything more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only sidebar I would put to that, is that while all of that is great, it does not necessarily mean you can pack more, because you do have a weight
No,
limit, both on
no.
carry-on and in just regular luggage. There's a weight limit. So yeah.
So to you, viewer, do you have any travel tips that you would like to share with us that we can pass on? Or would you travel the way Tracy G did? Just kind of go out with a different form of attitude, no set plans. I mean, you had kind of plans, but nothing in stone. Put it in the comments. We would love to hear from you. If you know somebody who's traveling and could use this advice, share this with them. If you like the episode, make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, and make sure you hit notifications so you know when our next episode is coming out. Until next time.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.